if you had narcissistic parents or a long-term relationship, because the same thing can happen if you're an adult in a long-term relationship with somebody that is constantly instilling in you negative beliefs. Now, in childhood, the only thing we really had available to us when it comes to brain functioning at that time is our subconscious mind. Our cognitive thinking, our executive functioning of the brain didn't really start to develop until about the age of 7. So those first 7 years, you're like a computer that somebody purchases, right? That doesn't have any programs, and you take that computer home and you download the programs you want. Well, in the case of narcissistic abuse, your parent, if your parent is a narcissist, they're downloading programs that are going right into your subconscious mind. And sadly, these programs are always in favor of whatever the narcissist needs to make them happy, and is always damaging to you. So for example, some of those programs are, my job is to make the other person happy. I'm not allowed to think of myself. It's selfish if I do things for myself. I can't, no matter how hard I try, things stay the same. So all of these limiting beliefs become a part of our subconscious programming. And the goals that we set, if you think about it, if you think about the goals that you want to accomplish for this upcoming year, logically, realistically, can you make those goals, or can you achieve those goals with the limiting beliefs or the belief system that was installed by the narcissistic parent? No. So what we tend to do when we're setting goals is we tend to look at the actions that we want to do differently. And that's really just the external. Think of the iceberg. That's what you can see with the naked eye. But underneath those actions are the emotions that move us toward or away from that action. Those emotions are governed by the thoughts that are turned on by the belief. And if you don't change the belief, whatever action you choose to do differently, you'll be able to do it for a limited amount of time. Because as humans, our subconscious mind is like a psycho-cybernetic mechanism, very much like the thermostat in your house. So your thermostat doesn't have a mind of its own. It is set by you, right? You dictate what that temperature setting should be on your thermostat. So where I live, it's cold, so we have our thermostat set to 71. So that program is designed to keep the temperature in my home at 71. So let's say one of my kids opens the door and leaves it open, right? The thermostat doesn't change. It doesn't kick on my furnace immediately, because it takes a little bit of time for that thermostat to register that there's been a change in temperature in the house. So it takes a little bit of time, but once it detects a deviation from its program, it turns on my heating system and brings it back to 71. That is exactly how our subconscious works. So we set new goals. We start doing things differently. And for a little bit, our subconscious mind is kind of like our thermostat. It's not paying attention. It's like, yeah, that's cute. Michelle's journaling. She's doing this. Yes, that's really cute. It doesn't do anything until I've been doing that action or that goal for a period of time where now it starts paying attention to the deviation. And then it kicks on. It kicks on self-sabotage. Self-sabotage starts showing up through procrastination. I'll do it tomorrow. I've been doing so good, I'll do it tomorrow. Or I'm good now. I don't need to do that anymore. Or, oh, it just feels uncomfortable. Or I don't have time. And what our subconscious mind with these messages, what it's doing is trying to bring us back into alignment with whatever old limiting beliefs it's trying to keep us in. Now that we know that, though, we realize that learning about the narcissist is important, but we also have to realize that learning about the narcissist is not going to uproot our beliefs. We start realizing that it's not about changing the external. It's really an internal makeover that is needed after narcissistic abuse from the ground up. In other words, from our belief system to our dialogue to being comfortable in the somatic things that come up in the body, and then the external will follow. That's what we start doing differently when we understand that. We start recreating the inside and the outside does follow. That being said, that's the goal that we have in Thrivers School of Transformation. I have a special going on for anyone that joins Thrivers for the year. Check out the coupon in the description box. I will say this, the subconscious mind, it is a habit mind. It doesn't change overnight. It's through consistency. It was one of the reasons why I created Thrivers, was because it's through the consistent weekly meetings, challenges, goal setting, coaching that we do every week that really helps us to upgrade our subconscious. So make sure you check out the coupon in the description box below.